Celebrating humanity and movement, ProUrbe challenges us to create pro-life community and human-centered design that provides spaces for people to interact in this microcity and protecting it for the long term. This was the story of Alpha Bay City. Beginning at the southern coast of Metro Manila, lies a 32-hectare land full of potential. Alpha Bay City would start to challenge the paradigm that cities and nature are not compatible. Adorned with great vista views of Manila Bay, situated near leisure areas and which offers a vast range of land space, this blank slate would be a perfect place for a mixed-use planned unit development. Activities on site are endless, starting from the morning jogs and biking enthusiasts in the area, with the bustling people going off to work. In the afternoon, commercial spaces are getting busier from noon onwards, attracting a working population near the vicinity. Until the evening arrives and the presence of the bayside markets and casinos seems appealing to various people.
Developing a very commercialized area for a total of 100,000 inhabitants, with an estimated 340,000 transient population in Alpha Bay City, would also pose a challenge along its shoreline. Now, with the risk prevailing in the area of development, how can the ecology, infrastructure, and community adapt to this future microcity? Thus, this leads the team to introduce solutions through architecture that can be felt in this development. First, sublime yet effective resilient design principles can shield and mitigate threats. The risk of natural and man-made disasters were also greatly considered. This goal was realized in the different areas, especially evident on the bayside of the development. Streets are envisioned to always have a safe and pleasant routes for all pedestrians. This includes those who have mobility problems and sensorial problems. By prioritizing accessibility and inclusivity in the streets of Alpha Bay City, materials like tactile pavements, ramps, and the like are present in each street type in Alpha Bay City. Next, in order to create a sustainable development of this microcity, the implementation of green building strategies are present in the development. Strategies like passive stormwater collecting systems and taking stormwater into an asset are utilized. Presence of heavily vegetated green alleys gives unlimited potential. Buildings with ornate green roofs and lush vegetation are also encouraged throughout the development, not only to bring life to the spaces, but also to lessen the threat of urban heat island effect in the microcity. Alpha Bay City is divided into 7 zones which will provide the basic need and more opportunities for people in this microcity. Retail and commercial zones and mixed-use zones are close by being next to transportation zones for easy access. Residential zones that can accommodate up to 60 families. These are also being surrounded by private roads for an exclusive community. The terminals and parking spaces are placed at the entry points to encourage walkability inside the city. These are strategically placed near the office zones, accessible to major thoroughways throughout the microcity. The open recreational areas around the city which would provide various activities and leisure, all accessible and filled with promise. Alpha Bay City's efficient network design of streets is focused on moving the people rather than giving into car-centric design. The city encourages different systems of transportation for the people in this microcity. Larger pedestrian sidewalks can be the common denominator for Alpha Bay City streets. Different facilities are strategically placed throughout the planned unit development to ensure various chance encounters for the people. By separating vehicular and pedestrian paths while also putting emphasis on different systems of transportation, providing bicycle lanes, personalizing bus stops, and even designing interesting street furniture for the microcity can be seen and explored in each street. The boulevard promotes walkability and introduces alternative modes of transportation, such as cycling and electric shuttle buses, in these major roads. Pedestrian crossing and shuttle stops are accessible and utilized for convenience. Since the volume of shuttles provided will be controlled depending on the needs of the users, these shuttles will have shared lanes with the bicycles to provide increased space and visibility for active street users while improving transit service reliability. Other street elements are also provided, focusing still on the safety and comfort of the users. Center aisles with plants as a road divider, then lampposts and traffic signs and signals. And also, other utility services were scattered throughout the streets for the convenience of the people. In the downtown of this micro-city, we have our commercial streets. This street focuses on the relationship of the building facades with the pedestrian zone. The team aims to extend commercial spaces to the outside on the pedestrian level, providing active sidewalks and heightened chance encounters. This street is a two-way street, wherein wider pedestrian zone is provided, dominating the street in order to accommodate higher volumes of pedestrian traffic since it's a commercial area. Pedestrian amenities were also provided such as seating spaces and street lights. The broad avenue planted with rows of Palawan cherry and cedar trees also provide visual interest and shading at its ground level with its frontage zones. One of the most exciting streets in Alpha Bay City are the shared streets located in commercial spaces and mixed-use spaces. This is a pedestrian priority street that aims to better balance the interests of pedestrians, cyclists, and vehicles. Street levels are equal to the pedestrian spaces and vehicle speeds are regulated to keep these areas safe. By creating an inclusive street that is sensitive to all abilities, curbs are omitted, and instead, greenery sublimely separates vehicles to the pedestrian zones of the shared streets. Creativity in the streets are not limited and are even encouraged. As part of street furniture designs, vibrant greenscapes, interactive installments, and lighting are present. Frontage zones can be extended to encourage businesses to venture out beyond the four walls of their spaces and share the experiences to every visitor walking in these streets.
Living in Alpha Bay City can be a bliss as this micro-city also offers long-term opportunities to stay and admire the vistas of Manila Bay to call it home. The residential area is placed far from the main access of the site to ensure residents' privacy, but still near the important vicinities within it. Each 180 square meter housing has respective frontage zones. It serves as a leisure area for them as well as their own personal garden. Pedestrian crossings are towards the ramps and the pedestrian zones, which are also connected in the alleyways for easy access. Residents can freely roam safely around this exclusive neighborhood. Bike lanes are still present and the streets are much narrower compared to other streets, promoting intimacy and privacy within the residents in the area. Rain gardens are also one of the unique features in these streets, which is part of the landscaping and passive sustainable design strategy, unique in would store rainwater and reuse it for later.
The streets in this micro-city should also be resilient to localized flooding, which requires systems thinking. And with this new approach with stormwater management, by using simple, creative modification to traditional infrastructure that can provide big stormwater benefits, present in every street type in Alpha Bay City.
Alpha Bay City also includes green open spaces to encourage outdoor activities, and one of which is the linear park situated in the middle of the residential area. The linear park improves the residential neighborhood's interaction with the shoreline by promoting recreational, cultural, and sporting activities to the residents of the settlements. Improving the residential neighborhood's relationship with the seashore, this linear park offers bioswales. These are wide and planted with a diverse selection of salt-tolerant trees, shrubs, and perennials, providing a sustainable and resilient urban habitat. Incorporated with infiltration basins, which are designed to capture and temporarily store the stormwater before allowing it to enter into the soil. Presence of permeable pavements allows passive stormwater collection, which may then be reused to water vegetation in these spaces as well. The team's approach is rooted in the two concepts of social infrastructure and hedonistic sustainability. The Baywalk and jetty do not only shield the microcity against floods and storm water, it also provides social and environmental benefits to the community and fosters an improved public realm. The Baywalk also doubles as a breakwater with esplanades where people could socialize, and open spaces with unprogrammed spots for resting, socializing while enjoying the vista of Manila Bay. As the modern world rapidly marches towards urbanization, our future cities will face unprecedented pressures. Innovation and technological advancements will help bring profound change to how we live, how we work, and how we learn. In Alpha Bay City, this manifests that city and nature are well suited with each other, demonstrating spaces programmed that turn to an embrace of nature and the sea, living in harmony with technology. We design for the people, shaping it around the beginning with the chances in its streets and the people inside it. It will not only be a new place to live, but a new way to live. In Alpha Bay City, that change is already underway.